Hello, boys and girls. We're starting a new chapter, which means we have two new stories this week. Our topic this week is growing food, and we're going to read this one today. This is an informational text. That means it's going to be nonfiction and it's going to teach us something. So let's see what this book's all about. It's called Bread Comes to Life, A Garden of Wheat and a Loaf to Eat by George Levinson, photography by Shmuel Thaler. Bread is the food we eat every day. So many kinds, so many ways. White bread, black bread, small bread, tall bread, thin bread, twin bread, dinner rolls, bread with holes, hard day-old tough bread, soft, squishy, fluff bread. Bread is toast, bread is crumbs, bread is pizza, bread is buns. How is bread made? Where is it from? This baker makes his bread from scratch by sowing wheat in his backyard patch. Soon those seeds send down roots and sprout into shoots of bright green grass. The days pass, and that grass grows into sturdy blades, tall and straight, finely made with budding heads and bristly hair, gently waving in the air. When the crop is ripe and old, the tops are bowed and streaked with gold, and every head of wheat contains many tiny finished grains. You can kind of see it. Let me get close. See that where my pinky's pointing? That's a grain of wheat. Time to cut the golden field, gather up the backyard yield. Stack up piles of sun-dried stalks, rub them in a threshing box. It's the simple old-time miller's craft of separating wheat from chaff. What's left are seeds, a hefty load, many times the number sowed, and each new grain of harvest wheat looks just like a loaf to eat. Looks like a mini loaf of bread, doesn't it? Now is the hour to grind those grains into whole wheat flour. With simple tools and easy rules, it's on with the show to make up some dough and bring fresh bread to life. Yeast, honey, water, flour, salt, oil, and muscle power. Dump it, thump it, dust it, knead it, squash it, stretch it, toss it. Set it aside to rest and rise. It grows and grows to twice the size. Punch it down, give it some shape, let it rise again, put it in to bake. Slice it fresh, it's better than cake. Whatever the shape it finally takes, wherever the place it finally bakes, every day we are blessed with a mountain of bread. It's the staff of life, may all be fed. Oh my, it says wheat is neat. Wheat is planted all over the world in every season. It doesn't need much water, and its roots can reach thirsty feet into the earth. There are over 150 common varieties, some of which grow 7 feet tall. One grain of wheat can produce 8 or more heads, with over 40 seeds per head. And the grains harvested from 1 acre, about the size of a football field, can provide a family of 4 with enough flour to make bread for 10 years. Wow. Wheat is grain, grow a plot. You don't have to live on a farm to plant a crop of wheat. Look for whole grains in natural food stores and on the internet. Hard red winter wheat, the best type for bread, is usually planted in November before the first frost. For a backyard crop, sow the seeds 1 inch deep and 1 inch apart in rows, allowing 6 inches between rows. The seeds will mature in about 8 months. Wheat is grass. Sprout a pot. Plant a plot in a pot and watch the seeds grow into lush grass. Fill a 4-ounce container with potting soil. Spread seeds on the surface of the soil. Do not overlap them. Cover seeds with a thin layer of soil like a blanket. Water daily. Keep the soil moist but not drenched. In 5 to 7 days, the seeds will sprout into bright green blades. When they're about 6 inches tall, pinch off 10 blades and chew them up. The sweet, strong-tasting juice, rich in chlorophyll, is said to hold 92 of the 102 minerals found in soil, as well as almost all the vitamins humans need. Cats like the grass too. Wheat is gum. Double your fun. Before there was chewing gum in the store, farmers made their own with grains of wheat. So can you. Place 50 grains of hard red winter wheat in your mouth. Crunch down slowly and start chewing. Your jaw and teeth become a strong grinder, and you will immediately taste the nutty flavor of whole wheat. Chew for a few minutes, making sure to swallow the excess saliva, but not the grains. Soon you will have a little mound of dough in your mouth. Keep chewing, and it will become a smooth, long-lasting lump of pure wheat gluten, or old-fashioned farmer's gum. What about that rootin' tootin' gluten? Gluten, a stretchy, sticky protein found in wheat, helps bread to rise. Here's how it works. When baker's yeast is mixed with flour and water and kneaded into a dough, the yeast cells divide and give off tiny bubbles of carbon dioxide. The gluten in the dough traps these bubbles, forming little balloons that expand and make the dough rise. You can see a cross-section of the bubbles in every slice of bread. See how they're kind of holding it up to the light and it has those little holes? Wheat is bread. Bake a loaf. Bread is probably the most ancient food that is still part of the modern diet. The very first bread was a loose mixture of crushed whole grains and water blended into gruel and then flattened to dry in the sun or bake over an open fire. Today, most people believe they don't have the time or know-how to make their own bread, yet the tools and ingredients are readily available. Here's a recipe for 100% whole wheat loaf that any 4-year-old with an adult help can make. All right, 1.5 cups of lukewarm water, 1/4 cup of honey, a packet of active dry yeast, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 3.5 cups of whole wheat bread flour. And then it tells you what to do. If you want the recipe, let me know and I can put it out in an email. All right. This is all part of that recipe. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And then it says the ends. Isn't that funny? Because it's all the ends of the loaves of bread. That's cute. All right. Hope you enjoyed it.